My name is Dipal Shah, and I empower people all around the world to raise their consciousness to achieve their best health by working with the body and the mind. I speak on telesummits, and maybe you've heard me. I talk about various health topics and provide healings. But today, I want to help you and empower you to stay in your power and to who you truly are. Because with everything that's going on, you could definitely lose sight of that. So, as I'm watching the news and hearing about all the riots breaking out and protests, I completely understand how some of you may be feeling. I myself felt very angry and disheartened about how many well, first of all, about how the police handled George Floyd's situation before, during, and after his death. Number two, how all police are being punished by the public. And number three, how everyone is handling the entire situation as we watch the news unveiling each and every day. I had to stop watching the news because it's not something that was serving me. It made me want to cry. It made me angry. It made me feel like, okay, every time we're moving forward as one, as humans, it's like we're taking a step backwards. And right now feels like a huge step backwards. And I don't know if you feel it too, but we are just getting over the biggest hump in history, which is the pandemic. We're not over it yet. We're still in it and still trying to find this cure. And now there's a fight against racism. Look at what's happening in our world right now. Take a look. Take a look deep down inside what's happening to you, because what's happening in your environment is also in conjunction with what's happening outside of you, right? Outside and your inside world are a reflection of each other. So yes, this may be anger against racism right now, but it feels like the energy has completely shifted and it's become anger towards humanitarianism. It went from peaceful protests to violence in a matter of hours all around the United States. And this is not right at all. This entire situation is not right. And it's no longer about protests, right? I was looking at Gandhi, and he always stood for nonviolence. He says that nonviolence is the greatest force at the disposal of mankind. It is mightier than the mightiest weapon of destruction devised by ingenuity of man. And so did Martin Luther King, who stood for nonviolence. So here's the things that Martin Luther King said. You know, he said, first, one can resist evil without resorting to violence. Second, nonviolence seeks to win the friendship and understanding of the opponent, not to humiliate him. Third, evil itself, not the people committing evil acts, should be opposed. Fourth, those committed to nonviolence must be willing to suffer without retaliation, as suffering itself can be redemptive. And fifth, nonviolence resistance avoids external physical violence and internal violence of spirit. Both of these men stood for nonviolence, but yet here we are. What are we doing to our planet? What are we doing to each other? What are we doing for the next generation? Have we even thought about that? The steps that we take in our lives, the things that we think. We don't think about these things. We go with the mass consciousness of what's happening, and we fall into that energy. If you're angry, you are angry, and you're going to do something about it now. And you're going to show people what you stand for, right? Well, that's not how it works. We have so much stereotype in this country, and I have seen it again and again through my own experiences. As I grew up in Jersey City, New Jersey, I have been through many things myself where racism was an issue. I grew up in a Catholic school. I was the only Indian child there. Did I experience racism? Yeah, I did. I grew up in Kentucky too. When I was 14, my parents moved us to Kentucky. And in our small town, there were only 2 Indians. Everyone else was white. There was no diversity. Was I looked at different? Yeah. Did I have a tough time? Sure I did. But did I lash out? No, I didn't. So, yeah, there are many stereotypes. There is racism. It all exists. But it's keeping the country and humanity from growing and becoming stronger as one, the more we hold on to this energy. And so it's time to heal racism and put it to rest for our generation and for future generations. And if you feel that this is true and this resonates with you, say yes. The only way to do this is to be in your own power and not the power of mass consciousness. And when I say mass consciousness, it's everybody, everything around us is living and is thinking and has emotions and feelings and thoughts. And when we get caught up in the lower vibrational thoughts and feelings and emotions, we get caught up in the fear. We get caught up in feeling threatened, and we go into survival mode. And this disempowers us. When we go into that survival mode, that's what disempowers us. When we go into that fear mode, again, it has to do with the vibration of everyone here and around you. Now, I'm not here to tell you how you should react to what's going on and how you should feel. I'm here to guide you so that you can stay in your highest vibration and not follow that energy of mass consciousness, because who is it going to affect? It's only going to affect you. So during these difficult times and challenging times, I want you to be in touch with your reactions and feelings in a healthier way. We can do this in a healthier way. It is possible. So number one, don't fall into fear of what people say, especially the media. Turn off those news. I watch my husband, and he's constantly looking at the news and constantly reading off and getting caught into that energy. So don't get caught into it. Don't get sucked into it. And that brings me to the second tip that I have is discernment. Have discernment as to what the news is portraying and to what people are saying around you. Make your own discernments. And number three, you need to go deeper and look at what is happening inside of you. What are you feeling? And how can you keep the peace? Make sure that you're not reacting. Watch your reactions and your thoughts and feelings. Pause and think. What is happening inside of me? What am I thinking? Why is this thought coming about? Because I'll tell you, there's a lot that is hidden in your subconscious. And I'm not just saying the subconscious mind, I'm talking about the subconscious cells, which is what you're made up of. And all of these cells carry information of the past. And I'm not just saying the past, like when you were a child. I'm talking about the past, meaning past lives. And if you ever felt threatened or victimized and you were wounded, these are some of the things and feelings and emotions behind it that are coming up and making you react a certain way. And maybe you're not sure why you're reacting a certain way. Why are you so angry? So take a step back. That's going to be so important right now. Now, if you're ready to discover yourself and start healing your body, mind, and energy systems, come and join me on a free webinar. It's called the Global Gathering, and I'll include the link so that you can click and register. If you haven't already, you could go to ananda4life.com. It's ANANDA, 4life.com, and register under healings for the Global Gathering. The next Global Gathering is June 24th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I highly encourage everyone to come and make this the biggest healing event, as we'll be healing for peace, humanity, love, and harmony. And to help empower you, I do have some amazing and powerful healing audios and MP3s that I can recommend. One is called Inner Peace, and the other is called Discovering Self-Love. This is so important right now to discover your self-love, because that's the only way you will find love for others and respect for others. It's time to let go the past so that you are powerful enough to live in the now and the future. So I want to thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this video, please put a thumbs up, and also please subscribe to my video. Every week I will be posting new videos, so check them out. Thank you so much.